Welcome to Think in English, the podcast where your thoughts grow in a new language. This is a space for slow reflection, honest questions, and the quiet kind of learning that changes you over time. In today's episode, we're talking about something we all do, something that silently holds us back: procrastination. Why do we delay the things we care about? And how can we stop waiting and start becoming? Let's take a moment together to pause, to think, to grow. Let's begin with something we all know, but don't always understand: procrastination. It's that strange, familiar moment. You know exactly what you need to do. Maybe it's finishing an assignment. Maybe it's replying to that one email. Maybe it's starting something you really care about. And yet, you just don't do it. Instead, you scroll through your phone. You watch another video. You rearrange your desk for the fifth time. It's not that you forgot. It's not even that you don't care. You just delay. And the more you delay, the harder it feels to begin. You say, "I'll start in 10 minutes. Then it becomes an hour. Then, another day. And before you know it, the task becomes a weight you carry around. Silently, but constantly. This is procrastination. Not just being lazy, but knowing what you need to do, and still choosing something else. And here's what makes it tricky. Procrastination often looks innocent. It feels comfortable, but it steals time. And more than that, it steals confidence. Vocabulary. Part 1. What is procrastination? Procrastinate, verb, meaning to delay or avoid doing something. Put something off, phrasal verb, meaning to postpone or delay doing something. Scroll, verb, meaning to keep moving through content on your phone or screen. Delay, verb, meaning to wait longer before doing something, a weight you carry, meaning a task or thought that stays in your mind and makes you feel stressed. Most people think procrastination is about being lazy. But that's not really true. When you look deeper, procrastination is usually not about time. It's about emotion. You delay a task not because it's hard, but because it makes you feel something uncomfortable. Maybe you're afraid to fail. Maybe you're scared it won't be perfect. Or maybe it's something so important to you that the idea of doing it badly is painful to imagine. So your brain says, "Let's protect you from that feeling. Let's do something easier." That's why we suddenly check our phones, wash the dishes, or scroll through social media. It's not the task you're avoiding. It's the emotion behind the task. And the longer we avoid it, the more power it has over us. Vocabulary. Part 2. Why we really procrastinate. Uncomfortable, meaning not pleasant, making you feel nervous or worried. Afraid to fail, phrase, meaning scared of not succeeding. To protect yourself, meaning to avoid something to feel safe. So, what can we actually do? If procrastination is not about time, but about emotion, then we don't need better time management. We need better emotional tools. And one of the most powerful tools is simple. Just start, very, very small. Not the whole project. Not the perfect version. Just one tiny step. For example, write one sentence. Set a 5-minute timer. Open the document. That's it. Why does this work? Because action creates momentum. And momentum is stronger than motivation. You don't wait until you feel ready. You start, and the feeling will follow. It's like pushing a bicycle. The first push is heavy. But once it moves, it rolls. So give yourself permission, not to be perfect, but to begin. Vocabulary. Part 3. How to break the cycle. Tiny step, phrase, meaning a very small, easy action to start with. Momentum, noun, meaning energy that builds once you start something. To begin, not to be perfect, expression, meaning start with what you can, not what's ideal. So now, let's take a breath. You've learned that procrastination is not a time problem. It's an emotional one, and that means you don't need to fight yourself harder. You need to listen more gently. Because behind every task you avoid is usually a part of you that's feeling something. Anxious, insecure, overwhelmed, unsure. That part of you doesn't need punishment. It needs patience. You don't beat procrastination with guilt. You beat it with curiosity. Ask yourself, why am I avoiding this? Not to shame yourself, but to understand. Because when you understand something, it becomes smaller. And when you take even one step toward that thing, it becomes lighter. You stop feeling stuck. You start feeling brave, even if the action is tiny. Here's a truth I want you to remember. You don't have to finish today. You just have to begin. Just 5 minutes. Just one line. Just opening the file. That's enough. Starting small doesn't mean you're small. It means you're smart. It means you know yourself. And that is power. So today, after you finish this podcast, don't go scroll. Don't overthink. Just choose one thing you've been avoiding. And give it 5 quiet minutes. Not to be perfect. Just to show up. Just to take your mind and your language one step forward. I believe in you. I believe in small beginnings. And I believe in the power of just showing up. In English. And in life. Think in English. Learn English. Think better. Live deeper. Alright, before we say goodbye, let's slow down and review what we've learned today. Here are a few questions to help you check your understanding. You can pause after each question and answer out loud. Question 1. What is procrastination? It's delaying something, even when you know it's important. Question 2. Is procrastination always about being lazy? No, it's often about fear or difficult emotions. Question 3. What emotion might be behind procrastination? Fear of failure, fear of not being perfect, or feeling overwhelmed. Question 4. What's one simple strategy to beat procrastination? Start small. Use a 5-minute timer. Just begin. Question 5. What is stronger than motivation? Momentum. Thanks so much for listening today. I hope this episode gave you something to think about. In English, and in your own life. If you found it helpful, consider following this podcast, or sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. And of course, I'll be right here next time, with a new idea, a new reflection, and more English to think in. Until then, think in English, learn English, think better, live deeper.